Right.
But like I don't know if I told you this, but I had AI call me out in the best, worst possible way. It was like, you're coming up with all these ideas and da 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 da, and you're making stuff, and all that stuff is fun. But what you need to be doing is going out and selling. And I was like, whoa.
Welcome to Fire Talks by Tech Wing Bites. Clarity for AI and your stalled unfinished projects. One bite at a time by Clint C. from Tech Wing Management.
What I had planned today was to really look at Google Trends and see what's going on, and we just have a conversation about it. And if you had something specifically around AI you wanted to talk about, we can also dive into that scene. So two things that's on the news right now. The biggest one is the internet being out because ChatGPT being down because of Cloudflare. So I wanted to talk about that because this is the second time. I think the last time Amazon went out and everyone was like, and that's just crazy. I just had some thoughts. Good that I have someone to kind of bounce that off of. So that's on top of my mind. And then what's trending on Google Trends as far as AI is concerned, and this is not me putting in any keywords. I just went to trending now. Anthropic stock. We can click on that and see what it is. And then there's this thing called Project Prometheus. It's Jeff Bezos' new startup. So we can talk about that as well. And then quantum. That's the next big deal. Do you have anything you wanted to cover?
No, that sounds great, man. I did have some experiences I want to share.
Oh, are you base 44?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we can start with my latest post. I think I told you the last time I was using this thing called Google Opal, right? And Google Opal is really cool. It allows you to create content, but also research. So you can create social media content. It can create videos and create images, the typical stuff. But it can also do research and it can create apps, just like Base 44. Like I wanted to create a random number generator, and I looked in the App Store, and they were all crap. And I was like, "This is what I want," just like you do in Base 44, and boom, HTML page, and that start giving me more and more ideas. Excuse me, what can we create more base 44 type platforms? Like that's my question now. Because it's like base 44 is great, but it's base for 44. You're committed to that platform. But what if you can go on any platform that you want and generate what you want, because it's easier to generate what you want, especially simple things like a calculator or a small application that does this one thing that solves problems for people, which is usually features and bigger apps. But if you can create that one thing, that's where I'm at right now with Google Opal. So that's on Substack. You probably got a message already for it, so check it out. I was pretty excited about that one. And then the next one is and I barely checked this one out. I used it a little bit and I really like it. I want to use it more. This is another Google Lab stuff. It's called Pomelli. Google Pomelli. What Google Pomelli is, you put in your website. So say for you, write Mango. It goes to your website, scans everything, pictures, text, and then it comes back with branding. All your colors, you can adjust that when it comes back, right? With all that, and then you say, okay, now you have my branding, now you have my voice, now you have my images that I have on my website. Create me content. I think that's powerful, and these are all sub apps that I'm sure Base 44 can create, and a lot of these other tools is creating as well. So those are the two things that is on top of my mind right now. What's on top of your mind?
Hey man, the week started. I've been putting out fires already, work-related fires.
Right.
But the past couple of weeks I've been trying to improve the blog. So Cliff Notes, the weekend edition. I've been working on a lot of different types of features, but I've hit frustration point like many times. Because what happens is that when you ask the AI to do simple stuff, it can do simple stuff. But when you actually do more complicated things is when you run into trouble.
That's when you need an engineering mind, right?
Yes. But even when you have an engineer in mind, it gets frustrating because the sequential way in which it thinks doesn't allow it to think holistically about the grand big picture type of plan.
Right.
So it's been a mix of trying so many different things in the prompt to see how it will sort of adjust, right?
Yeah.
But the bigger problem was not that. The biggest problem was the publishing the changes.
Really? Like consistency in publishing?
No, well, you would publish a change. It's supposed to be instantaneous, but there'd be some server caching that was happening on the base 44 side. And so what I had to do is what we typically do as developers, build a debugging page, right? Simple thing as hello world, can you see me? Publish that, right? And 404 can't see it.
Did you solve it? Why was it doing that?
So it was a server caching problem they had on their end. So I had to basically email support and tell them, like, listen, you guys, something's going on with this because something this simple, I'm supposed to see it, right?
See, I agree. That's what I was saying by not depending on one platform because of that.
Yeah. So you got to mind those type of hiccups, plus the AI itself not really, or the AI going in circles. So it may add the feature that you want, but then you got to prevent it from taking away things that you already built.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the experience is on other platforms with other people building apps. But Base 44 seems to be a very popular and widely used one. Have you heard of any other platforms that developers or people with some semi-dev skills are using?
Yeah, and I can't think of the top of my head. So I'm gonna go to the internet and say base 44 alternatives because I know there was one with an E. And I can't remember the name, but it jumped out at me the other day. It actually came up when I was listening to my exactly. So I worked with Egan here in my last gig. He's a UX professional with a very strong developer background, and he's been diving deep into all of the AI stuff. Send me a gazillion links. Thank you, Claude Code. So appreciate it.
I have got my Claude code set up now. I've got it set up now to use local models so that I can back off the $100 plan and go down to the $20 plan and use local models to write code. So it's
can't wait
cool.
to do that.
Nice.
I've been spending my entire time on just entrepreneur business, marketing, sales, accounting, and now I'm finally ready to dive into, the engineering side of things. And so those things, creating the MCP servers and, and really trying to figure out things that works, because I feel like the public models is getting dumber, or more specifically, they're giving us the dumb model so we can pay for the better models is probably what it is.
But even the good models I feel like they have bad days. Like,
man,
like,
very bad days.
I'm like, did you wake up on the wrong side of the model? Like, what happened? Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was telling Clint I've been working on my app, and I could probably just share my screen real quick so you guys can see.
Lovable, that's the other one.
Yeah, Lovable.
And there's a couple Lovable offshoots like Open Lovable and I was looking at making my own models just for HTML and CSS and components, but I hadn't done it. I have plans. I have so many plans, and I just can't do them all.
Right, you know how it goes, right? I also, so Egan, you missed this. While he's pulling that up, I wrote an article about some Google Labs tools that is kind of features of some of these popular services, and one of it is called Google Opal. I've been using that for a while. What it creates, so there's this thing called make.com and N8N, and what they do, they it's workflows, right? And they create these workflows, and each node
Oh,
you can kind of,
yeah.
yeah. So Google Opal is doing that, right? But it's just like the same way. You come in and say, hey, build me an app, random number generator that does this, blah, 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 blah. And then it creates it. It has this visual like workflows that you can go and edit each node. So I've been using it. It can do video generation, image generation, generics, but it can also do research. So I ask it to say, look at what's going on, what's trending, and then give me back some content that's relating to that. Give me some ideas. And so I wrote an article on that on Substack, and I just posted it on Sunday. I kind of pumped about it. But in writing that, and I was kind of going back and forth. There's a new one called Pomelli, and Pomelli is cool. This, you might get mad at this. The UX in you is gonna get very mad. So Pomelli, you give it your website.com, whatever,
On-brand content.
So you found it, and it grabs the colors, it grabs your images, and it creates content from you. And I think that's brilliant. So I'm going to be diving into that next. If we run out of
Gemini
topics,
3 just came out a few minutes ago.
Who?
Gemini 3 for Google.
I hope it's better than the 2.5 Flash I've been using, because that's been frustrating me.
Use Pro. Get Pro. Gotta use Pro.
Yeah, I got Pro, but I feel like they keep tricking you. You get Pro, and it's like, hey, there's another level.
Oh wait, there's more.
Yeah. And then if we run out of topics, I'm looking at Google Trends, and there's two top topics that's jumping my attention here. One is Anthropic stock and Project Prometheus, Jeff Bezos' new startup.
Ooh, yeah. Saw that flash across the news this morning.
Mm-hmm. All right, Clifton, what you got?
So man, I've been working on this thing.
It's base 44 generation,
all
right?
built with base 44, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So simple things like adding profiles, so you can switch out what type of team you want, based on your reading style. So let's say you're like a New York Times type of person, you like that style font. You notice it switched it up? The font change?
Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah.
So you're switching out style sheets. That's sweet.
Yeah, so since you're a UX guy, man, I mean, like, this frustrated me to no end, because like this simple change was not going into production. It was not going. And I for days, I'm like, this is crazy. And then what was worse was I had a infinite loop spinning when you log in. It would just keep going around in circles and circles and circles. And so I finally said, oh, let me just ask it to create a simple page. Just show me hello world or something. Publish it. Nothing. 404. So I was like, you know what? I checked the developer console. You can come in here and check development tools and check the console and see what's going on. I'm like, yeah, nothing's going on there. So I finally emailed support, and they're like, yeah, within a couple of minutes, everything published. So I said, you guys owe me credits, because I spent probably a good 50, 60 credits throwing different ideas at this thing, just trying to develop it.
Did they give you your credits yet, or a promise they will give it to
you? They said they will give me some credits back, but I haven't checked to see what's the last amount of credits. If you want to see how the back end of this thing works, let me see. Let me show you the back end.
All right.
And so, what are you using for this? Lovable?
Base 44.
Base 44.
Base 44. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been using my Google Opal. I'm so pumped up about it because it's like I know you're not gonna give me 100%, but 80% is good for me. That's why I'm saving time. Like I'm pumped up. Yeah. My only concern with base 44 Cliff is it's just that, right? The publishing and the transferability, right? Like if you create an app, can you take it off of their platform and host it on your own if you so choose?
You can you can connect it to what's the name of the site where you store your
GitHub.
repository?
GitHub. GitHub.
Yeah, GitHub.
Okay, well that's not bad.
Speaking of base 44, I can't even get past.
See, this is so
something's going on.
You
See,
missed you
So,
missed
yeah,
this, Egan.
Maybe
That's-
they've got something to do with Cloudflare. Who knows?
High
a
probability.
lot of this is why one of the tacks I've been taking is to set up LLMs on my own. I've got a pretty good laptop with like 64 gig of memory, but setting up LLMs, open source LLMs on my laptop and having those do a lot of the coding and a lot of the work that I want to do, hooking those up, giving those guys tools that are pretty free, open source, freely available MCP tools, and because that's what these guys are doing. Basically, they've got their own model that's trained on their tech stack, which is probably Tailwind, CSS, and like React components or something,
Right.
and so they build off your prompts. They set all this up. They've got a whole set of agents behind the scene.
That's what I want to do. My only problem is, Egan, I need one of your type of Apple PCs. Mine is crap. I need some power, man.
I got a Mac Mini.
Oh, really?
The same setup as my laptop. That's my server now, and
Right.
I spent $2,000 on that. It's not bad for a server.
I mean, yeah.
It'll
And
run
it's
some good
handling.
models on there.
So are you running multiple models like DeepSeek and maybe said the free versions of OpenAI's and maybe some other ones?
DeepSeek 32 gig model and OpenAI 20 gig model, and then Llama 3.1, the old classic 8 gig model is really. I just put it through a whole bunch of tests. I finally got my development network set up, and I set up a whole set of tests to test all the LLMs, see which ones I ought to use, because I've got like 40. I got like 400 gigs of models, and it said that Llama 3.1 was whooping a bunch of others' butts for this stuff, for coding and basic data stuff. It was really, really crazy.
Yeah, dude, you got a lot going on there, man. Hell.
Yeah, I've been trying. I've been collecting all these models. Like, I don't have the time to test them and really play with them, and I need to come up with a testing plan. And so I finally did it, and I was like, okay. Yeah. And it can run all night. It can run all night now.
We've been trying to connect for a minute, Cliff, and the little demo he showed me, and this was way back then. I'm sure you've elevated since, Egan, as far as your whole setup and workflow. You're right. Yeah, I know.
Well, yes, yes and no. Like I alternate between the dev stuff. I find fun. It's like a means to an end.
Right.
But like I don't know if I told you this, but I had AI call me out in the best, worst possible way. It was like, you're coming up with all these ideas and and you're making stuff, and all that stuff is fun. But what you need to be doing is going out and selling. And I was like, whoa, okay,
so
you're
true.
right. I need to go
get
a customer. I need to go start selling. It's like, that's what you're not good at, and that's what you need to get better at. And I was like, whoa. Like, shut up. You're right.
Yeah. Well, you could start with something that you like doing. That's a hobby. Like this Cliff Notes stuff is sort of like my sort of like started a weekend ramble. And then I found that, I'm like you guys, I read a lot of stuff and take it in and try to synthesize it and then share with other people.
Yeah.
That's how cool. Let me see if it'll create a blog,
Yeah.
So and then I really got too complicated with it. I've
Well, of
added
course.
monetization and all
Inevitable.
kinds of other stuff, and it just
Yeah.
became so big. I was like, yeah, let's come back to earth. Let's just keep it simple.
I've gone through
Yeah.
the same exercise, through the
I think we
same
all have.
scenario. and I just,
Go down
I
a
just
rabbit hole.
connected with this guy over on LinkedIn over in like, I don't know, some Eastern Bloc country, who's deep into agents too, who's funny guy. And he just went through this whole thing. He's like, I've been working on this for a whole month. And I just realized that everything, like I've been testing it and everything, and it's all just stubbed out code. Like it's all just framework code. Like the tests are made to come back, successful. Like the code didn't really work. It's all it's 30,000 lines and nothing.
That's nothing.
Yeah, and yeah, I've gone through
Vibe
that.
coding. Was he vibe coding? Or, that's yeah. I just joined a group. You guys heard of School, SKOOL?
Yeah.
I actually, yeah. It's a podcast.
Yeah, the Alex M dude. I can't say his last name.
Doesn't the same guy own acquisition.com?
He probably does. He's a pretty good sales guy. I watch some of his podcasts. But
I think he owns acquisition.com.
His platform School enables people kind of like base 44, but enables communities as well. So whatever you have, you can go and build a community. Somebody just invited me to their community on School that is doing vibe coding alone. So I haven't really checked it out fully yet, but I'm gonna. It was just recent. I just thought it was pretty cool to get a bunch of heads together for that.
Get your vibe on.
Yeah, get your vibe on. Exactly.
But it's a good exercise for you to see what
others are
what
doing,
the limits are,
True.
and then how far you can push the limits of anything you want to build. And this is not the only app. Look, I got like what I'm experimenting with at least, if it'll ever get me in the workspace.
See,
at least 4 apps.
There it is.
So I and some of them are silly.
Hey, look, same for me.
But I just want to see, I just want to see what it could do.
Dude, get into Google Opal. It's pretty powerful as well. Now the output, I guess if you describe the output well, I haven't really cared about the output. I just care about the results for the most part. Like if you think about it from, hey, I want my app to look a certain way and function a certain way. If you describe it well, I'm pretty sure it can do that, because I asked for some basic stuff and it gives me carousels and accordions, as far as UI components is concerned. I'm like, I don't ask for all that, but I like this. You know what I mean? So it's just depending on what you want. The great part about it, and that's why I asked you about base 44, is it usually generates one JavaScript file. So as an engineer, when I look at the code, I'm frustrated, right? Because I'm like, all of this stuff is like, it needs to be broken up into multiple files, blah, blah, blah. But the great thing about having it in one file is that it's seamless and it works, and you can download it. And if you wanted to download it and put it in base 444 or put it somewhere else, like, it's easy, one shot deal. You know what I mean? So,
it generates a lot of code, dude. I mean, like
but I question the code though. The code is like, okay, so yes, exactly, bloated.
It is bloated, yes, true.
Right? Because I know sometimes when I was coding a lot, I would make stuff less abstract, so it's very coupled on purpose. But in my head, it makes sense. But I've also coded where everything is separate, like a variable for everything, right? But when I look at the code that AI is generating, it seems to be more like a variable for everything times squared. That's what it seems like to me, right? Which is good, because if you don't know how to code, and you're learning how to code, you can kind of follow along. So it's not so like, what's the coding principle? KISS. Keep it stupid simple. That's I'm
Or
sure
keep
it's
it simple,
following that.
stupid.
Simple, stupid. There it is. There it is. You know,
See, like,
what's this?
you know, so this is another app that I'm experimenting with. I actually own this name. So I said, listen, I want you to like build me a thing where I can search my own properties and find out like which properties are, are at risk of going into foreclosure, and maybe I'll wholesale it or something.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, make me this thing where I could just AI research a property by the address, just like Zillow. But it was just a terrible fail. Because when you put in the address, it doesn't return anything to begin with.
What's this, Egan?
Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm. It's all about learning. All these fails are all about learning. You know, and everybody's failing right now. You know, everybody's learning. This is all new territory. But I just sent a link of something that I have yet to try out, but it's something that just came out last week. MIT said some new coding paradigm that will, that's LLM friendly, and it sounds really. Talk about keep it simple, stupid simple, dead simple. So it was just something that I was kind of hoping to pick up on, start researching, start using, see how it works.
Well, you got me curious, Egan. I know you create a lot of stuff. So like Cliff, he's creating a lot of, well, he's experimenting, right? But one of the things he's working on is his blog, right? So it's helping him with his blog and ideas to kind of expand that. And I know you have your whole MCP server and you implementing everything and connecting all the different models. Like, but what is the intent of all that? Like, what are you trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to learn. I'm just curious. I'm curious about systems and how they work and how I can. It's like a new set of Legos. I keep saying that over and over again. It's just like a new set of Legos. And I like to see how I can put stuff together, and what all cool stuff you can make from it, what problems you can solve. Right. So it dovetails with a lot of my work with workflows and kind of automating workflows and simplifying them and getting them online and shit.
Right there with you. That's my intent too.
Yeah. So I mean, I think if you're in the software industry, that's what you've been doing. So I'm working right now. I just got a new job, so I'm working on an AI project for the new company. So, and it's we're going to test it out on HR folks, and it's so they don't have to run over to 50,000 dashboards. At our last company together, we had 192 dashboards, I think. And so you're going like, where do I even start with the dashboard? I'm looking for information like, whoa. So
your biggest challenge with that is going to be the data sources.
Yeah. So we're meeting on Wednesday with the tech folks to make sure that they sound like they've got all their data sources all hooked up and ready to go.
Question: in this new role, are you UX?
Yes.
Okay. And the engineers, well, I guess you're gonna find out. Are they gonna even listen to you?
Oh yeah, no. We had a quick meeting with them the other day, and they sound like they're tip top. I mean. They're all like, just give us the Figma files. We'll figure it out.
Right.
So like, okay. So, I've been trying to tell the PMs like, we all need to get together and collaborate. Stop keeping us apart. So that's all the magic happens.
That's true. But it's habitual for corporate tech companies to be very secretive in department silos.
Silos, yeah. I break down silos.
Yeah.
Hey guys, my battery's getting ready to die, and I got to get back to work. Yeah, we got a deadline tomorrow with got to get ready for these devs. So, but it was really cool hanging out with you guys.
Man, thank you.
Next week, Cliff, it was great meeting you.
You too.
Hope to see you again soon.
Tell
Florida I said hello. I'm gonna go drink some mango juice.
All right, you good. Have a good rest of your day, my man.
Later.
All right. What
Cool
you
dude,
got there,
man.
Cliff? Yeah, Egan is really, really cool. I
Yeah.
think having an engineering background and doing UX is extremely powerful, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Anyone who is kind of taking on the business roles, but with a technical background, really can add a lot of value.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
For sure.
So, you want to talk about what's going on the trend?
Yeah, what you got?
So the big players is Microsoft, NVIDIA, OpenAI, obviously, but Anthropic is interesting because Perplexity is coming along because they created the web browser, but Anthropic seems to be trying to apply AI in every corner or niche they can find. And I wonder if that's why their stock is shooting up, right? Like I saw articles with them trying to do work in Africa. I see them trying to do work in smaller communities, right? Like this always an article, hey, we're expanding to this, hey, we're trying to do work with universities. So I'm wondering if that's why their stock is really pushing. It says here Anthropic value in range of 350 billion following the investment deal with Microsoft and NVIDIA.
Yeah. I just saw that on CNBC not too long ago
Easy.
before I tried this call.
Crazy, right? 30 billion. Anthropic has committed purchasing 30 billion of Azure compute capacity from Microsoft. That's interesting because Microsoft made this straight connection to GPT, OpenAI, and OpenAI spent a lot of energy on Chat GPT 5, which by the way, 5.1 is out. And 5 has a whole section for coding, whereas Anthropic has been always focused on code. And I think that's powerful. When AI gets stuck in a corner and keeps giving you the same kind of answer, even though you're asking it to change, I think that's a big downfall. And with coding, especially if the prompts is coming from an engineer, they're like, all right, cool, you got me to 90% of what I'm trying to accomplish. Cool, I'm just gonna do the 20% myself, and I'll finish the app and I'll test it myself, and boom, 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 boom.
I wonder if they're going to come up with all these different types of platforms. They're going to come up with a developer's manual.
Well, well, I don't know. Like Claude Code is super powerful, right? When I first started to attempt to try what they call it,
Vibe code.
vibe coding,
Uh-huh.
it was horrible. To me, it just wasn't right yet. But speaking right now, I think it's pretty good for basic things, right? You're talking about using Claude Code to create a massive app, but and probably if you have the right environment, you can connect these big apps together, right? But most people is not trying to connect the big apps; they're just trying to create this one thing, fill a small gaps. And for that, Claude is powerful, and we can see the future with it, and the fact that they're being enablers, going into smaller niches and trying to elevate. I think that's the power. Whereas Perplexity is trying to compete with Chrome, trying to buy Chrome. Okay, not bad, but my argument with that is, why are we creating browsers? Why are we creating browsers? The browsers is for humans to browse, right? And you're creating AI browsers for humans to browse, and you're creating agents within the browsers. I don't know. I feel like if I get myself
Yeah.
a AI
I actually
browser,
watched that
I'm not
thing.
going to use it. Say what?
I actually watched OpenAI release. It was a developer conference. Yeah, they had a recent developer conference like maybe a month ago, and I went to it. It was live.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
They could the browser itself can actually on its own do what you would want to do. Like, hey, go search, give me some research on, I don't know, flowers or something, and it would actually go and search just like you would for flowers and everything, and save your results. It was actually wild. So you could actually be at work and have a set of research going on that it completely does it on its own. It can even check out, and it can even shop for you, like check out.
But that's my point. That's my point.
Uh-huh.
It's not a browser anymore. It's just a big massive tool. It's not a browser. Like I'm not browsing. I'm asking the browser to browse for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the more that they compete in this area of browser, the more we're like, you know what? I need a new shoes. Could you go ahead and research new shoes to me? Holler back in a week or however long it takes you to find me the perfect things. Or if you got questions, I'll answer. But I'm not sitting there browsing. Like the whole concept behind a browser and tabs and all this jazz is because I'm browsing with different contexts, different windows,
Yeah,
blah blah blah.
I get your point, but curiosity, right? They want to see what else it can do, and somebody's walked down that road and figure out that it could do that too, and say, oh, cool, let's see what we can, let's see what the public will do with it, right?
I think it's more of curiosity. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
But it's
But here's the other
definitely.
point.
Go ahead.
Corporate America has been forever in love with productivity and what they're monitoring what their employees are doing, right?
Right.
So much that they want to make sure that you're doing everything they want you to do.
Right.
So if they hand you a machine and you're working from home, they don't want you on flowers.com or whatever, or any type of other site except their business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is an opportunity for them to make a lot of money there.
What you mean, monitoring employees?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the security aspect of things.
You ain't gonna stop people from doing what they ain't supposed to do. They're gonna find a loophole. They're always gonna find a loophole. You know, I think that
Whether or not they find a loophole, that's irrelevant. It's just the fact that you can actually market this thing and
to companies and say
and
use this browser instead of the generic browser because we can track them better, blah blah blah. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I also think it is about adoption, right? Because the same reason why in robotics, a robot is framed as a human, got arms, head, the body. It doesn't need none of that crap. But they do it because they want to adopt. They want us to adopt it and see it. And we humans, we seem to be attracted to things that's more like us, and or more like the things that we're familiar with. And we're familiar with a browser. So hence, if even if the browser is going to be fully autonomous, we're probably still going to want something that is familiar. And a browser is familiar, right? And if it actually picks up steam, probably won't be called a browser anymore, right? Somebody else is gonna come. They're gonna call it something else and say use this automation tool to search for what you want. I even argue that stuff like SEO wouldn't be SEO anymore. It'll be AI or AI optimization. Right, because then because when you think about it, it's going to be how can this AI that's doing the search could help find the content I'm looking for from this AI that is managing the content. That's where we're landing. It's always going to be AI against AI. That's the path.
That's a good point. And even outside of that, even when you're in these different AI tools like Gemini or OpenAI or Claude or any other ones that you're using, and you say, hey, you know what? My son's birthday is this day. Find me the best gifts matching his favorite sports team. He likes this, that.
Yeah.
It comes back with a search with results, right? And these results are what?
True.
Paid ads. Right now, they're paid ads.
But the ads is for us humans to click on it. But I'm saying if I got a browser that's doing everything for me, it's skipping all ads. I ain't seeing it, and my AI bot ain't seeing it either.
Well, the AI bot may be using those served up ads that are paid for
Mm-hmm.
to order on your behalf.
True. To find
So
discounts.
right. But right
Yeah.
now, this is all very open.
True.
The marketing people haven't migrated to AI apps yet.
No, they're still fighting. They're still fighting it.
So once that happens, it's going to be an insane amount of money that's going to be made. And the people that are
Well,
going to capitalize first are the people who already are in control. Google, Microsoft to some extent, but OpenAI, that's the reason why they built their own browser, because they
right.
want to captivate that audience that they already have right now.
Half of the audience doesn't even want to use AI. That's
Yeah.
what's interesting to me. Let's check out the next one. This is Jeff Bezos create an AI startup where he will be the co-chief executive, called Project Prometheus, focusing on artificial intelligence for engineering and manufacturing of computers, automobiles, and spacecrafts.
Yeah, he plays
Now,
a long game. There's a long game involved there.
yeah,
I don't know
I would
quite
agree
what
with
it is, but the name alone just gives me the just tells you where he's going with it. As far as space, Bezos actually believe that humans could live.
that. On
Humans
the
have
moon.
no other path but to live in space. So
Well,
they're
I
gonna
mean,
well they're gonna try to
Elon.
they're gonna try to construct colonies in space in these huge capsule type things where it's gonna have
We'll
supposedly
see.
support life. Eh.
That still feels long from now. Every time I get really excited about AI accelerating our growth of evolution, I sometimes see the bottlenecks AI puts us in, because I feel like we're all, it's like taking all your eggs and putting it in one basket, and everyone's putting it in this AI basket. Some people is going beyond that and putting some of the eggs in robotics. Robotics has always existed, and they've always been trying to get robotics to perfection. And AI has always been, in my opinion anyway, the missing piece to robotics. So marrying those two is great, right? So now you're talking about creating a machine that can go to space and could create these capsules for humans to then travel and go to, because humans can't build that in space. Like, we just can't, right? And Elon Musk
Yeah.
believes the same, right? Like, they both believe that it's time to evolve from Earth and go out of space and explore, right? But how could you, like, the long game is great to say, yo, we want to create a whole civilization in a city in space, but first we got to figure out, can we live in space, and can we build in space? The only thing we've built in space is things that's been floating, nothing that's been anchored to any planet. And you still have the skeptics. It's like, yo, did we actually go to the moon?
The
I'm
conspiracy theorists.
saying like that
Well,
exists.
of course. Of course. I mean, the conspiracy theorists will always say, hey, you know what? They're disappearing people. There's rockets leaving Florida every day.
Hey, we tried 100,000 people. Don't worry, they're living in space. Believe me.
We reduce
Okay,
the Earth population by sending some people to space, especially the ones that we don't like.
right.
Who knows?
Who knows? We might need to send them. Hey, you going to space today? You got a bad attitude. Let's see what else we got here. iPhone stock. iPhone has a new pocket. iPhone pocket. Who wants that? I don't understand it. Quantum. You know what quantum is, yes?
Yeah. DeepMind has a quantum computer that the temperature has to be beyond freezing for it to actually work.
Really? I didn't know
So,
that.
oh yeah.
Huh.
The chips that quantum computers use have to be literally at beyond freeze point.
Wow.
But the amount of compute power that you get out of that thing is absolutely insane. There's only a few of those machines in the world. Maybe they've built like 3 or 4 of them.
Right.
But just like AI requires electricity,
Hmm.
quantum computing is going to require so much power that it's going to be insane. Uh, we, we,
Well,
we, we either need to get very, very smart with the chip technology,
mhm.
or that's going to pretty much drain the planet of energy.
Well, my understanding, and I could be totally wrong here, I haven't really actually spent time looking at terms, but my general understanding of quantum computing in general is that it can be everywhere. You know that movie, Everywhere all at once? Like it can take all the paths, all the possible paths, logically, all at the same time to come up with it with a conclusion. So it's not like a if this then that. It's like a if this, if this, if this, if this, if this, then that, all at the same time, right? And so yeah, computing power to process that and to choose the then, if this then well, or the that, um it's probably going to be extremely a lot
No,
a lot of everything. I don't know what, but it just
yeah,
feels like a lot of everything.
one machine can do so much processing that it's arguable that it could process more than 3/4 of what we actually want to do. But the problem is, just like the AI chips, an enormous amount of energy has to be used.
Well, we say that, right? True, and I don't disagree. Again, I haven't done that much research, but at the same time, a lot of this processing power is man-made power, right? Versus power that it can actually be accumulated from natural sources, such as the sun, like solar power, and wind power. If we can figure out a way to consume it in such a way, then we can apply it accordingly. Right. But then I argue, do I really need to be everywhere all at once? I don't know. I don't
You're on the
maybe
internet.
maybe that yeah, I mean, but I'm here now. And then when I'm done with this, I'm somewhere else. I'm outside running or I'm over there eating some food. Like, do I need to be in all three places at the same time? Because that's my understanding of what quantum can enables, right? It can say, hey, go work and play and dance at the same time. Right? Like what application do we actually want to do that? The only thing I can think of, especially coupled with AI, is monitoring and troubleshooting, especially troubleshooting. Outside of that, I don't see it.
No.
Why would I want to be everywhere all at once?
Well,
You know?
it's all experimental right now. We'll
Yeah,
find out later.
yeah, for sure. Well, we got 4 minutes before this is done, man. Do you have anything else you want to like talk about or throw out there?
Up top of the head.
Mm.
What you've been up to?
Well, I told you about the article earlier about Google Opal. I mean, I've been doing that for a while. I really want to dive into the Pomelli, but really, I think my focus is shifting more to creating an app, and the app is more so focused on helping people like us, right? Like I go out here and I see people constantly trying to network and promote their business. And if you have the money and or you have a big network, you have a chance. So when I go out to the vendor markets and the people with their side gigs, I keep thinking, who wants to help them? Well, nobody wants because there's not a lot of money in it for them because everyone is looking at the big money. But in my head, I'm like, hey, how could you enable the small man? Like that's literally what I've been thinking about lately. How can I enable the small man to take his big idea to a bigger audience? Right? Where yes, it benefits me because that's energy that I'm putting forth, but it also benefits them and gives them a real chance. So I've been looking at building an app for that, right? I don't know how it's gonna go yet, but that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You know?
Sounds good. It's easy as something becoming viral. How do you make it
Oh,
viral?
I could. How you what?
How do you make it viral? right?
I think viral really comes down to alignment, right? It depends on what people is passionate about right now, and if you say something that resonate with that passion, then it goes viral, right?
Yeah.
So
But then again, it's also marketing too, right? So I'm sure that the thing that you have a passion for, there's a huge audience for it.
maybe,
No,
right?
there
I
is.
mean, are you saying you as in me or you in general?
Use in general. Anyway,
Okay. Yeah.
the thing that you have an interest in, there's a huge amount of people that have that interest, right? The question is, this is where marketers that's where they make their money, is how do you get to these people?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The answer to me falls directly within the alignment piece, right?
Yeah.
Community. If you join my community because we have something in common, and if I continue to talk about that thing that we have in common, then we're aligned. So then it really comes down to when you market to me, I can make whatever choice I need to make, which is to either follow you, continue to follow you, or not.
Mhm.
Right. And if you continue to provide information as a marketer to keep me interested, keep me focused, keep me coming back as a marketer, then we're aligned. Let's keep going. Right. And if people can continue to be honest and 100% like, yo, this is what I want, this is what I want to do, and not trying to game the system, then I think it has a higher chance of being successful.
True. I guess everyone's looking for
Quick
that
win.
that Apple effect where you got people lined up outside the door in tents waiting for the
Yeah. I think people need to start to
Black Friday coming up.
But that's because we're always trying to get deals. But what if we was to create our own deals, right? Like the whole reason why I said, you know what, I'm just gonna do this meeting and see who shows up is what everyone needs to do. Like, just not like Nike, just do it. Just do it and keep pushing. If it resonates with you, keep going. That's your truth. If someone else resonate with it, like Clifton, you're gonna show up. Right, and then now we're stronger together because now we're amplifying the same energy out to the world. If I put this out there, if I take this video and I put this out there, and 5 people see it and 2 people it resonate with them, they're gonna keep coming back for more. They're gonna want to join, and that's how virality starts. You know what I'm saying? It starts with your truth, and that truth's amplified because it's connected with someone else's truth. You know what I mean? So like that's my angle now. Like instead of trying to like marketers, a great percentage of marketers and salespeople focus on manipulation. How could they get you to do what they want you to do? Right? When in reality, people just want the freedom of choice. They want to be able to do what they want. And if you can show them something that enables them to do what they want, they're gonna come back.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so that's the challenge, man. All right, what
Set
we
it and
got?
forget it, man. Set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it. So this is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm making shit up as I go. So let's end this with like a quote. Do you have a quote? You have a quote you wanna put on record? I'm gonna look me up one. And I'm gonna tell you mine. It's on my board. It always seems impossible until it's done. That's my quote. It always seems impossible until it's done. That quote is by Nelson Mandela. What you got? What you got? You can look it up. I give you time. Unless you have one on top of your head.
That's Madiba right there, man.
That what?
That's Madiba.
Madiba. Who's Madiba?
That's one of his names, Nelson Mandela.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Who's that by?
Let me see if you can guess.
Go confident direction of your dreams. I don't know. I feel like I should know though. I've been doing a lot of quotes lately.
Google it. Just Google it.
All right, I'm gonna do it. I don't know how to say that.
Henry David Thoreau.
Thoreau. Who is this guy?
Thoreau, yeah.
I like that. Every time I see a quote, I like to go chase
You love
down
philosophy?
the person. I do.
Chase down that all the books and writings that he came up with, and you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I'm gonna take this as a takeaway. All right, man. We did it. High five.